Hi everyone, today we are going to study the new concept after practice set 1.1, that is basic proportionality theorem. Today we have to going to study the next concept after practice set 1.1, that is basic proportionality theorem, which is also called as Thales theorem. Basic proportionality theorem, which is also called as Thales theorem. Now here what it suggests, what is the theorem exactly? The theorem is if the line is parallel to a side of the triangle, if the line is parallel to a side of the triangle, then that line divides the two sides, then that line divides the remaining two sides proportionally. That is the theorem, that is also called as Thales theorem, or it is also known as basic proportionality theorem. In short, it is called as BPT also, that is basic proportionality theorem, which is also called as Thales theorem, and it suggests that the statement of the theorem is if the line is parallel to a side of the triangle, then that line divides the remaining two sides proportionally. Here we know that while solving the theorem we have to use the 5 steps. In the first step we have to plot the diagram. In the first step we have to plot the diagram, which is already drawn here. We draw a triangle. In that triangle we draw a line which is parallel to a side of the triangle, and now we have to show that this parallel line divides the remaining two sides proportionally. We have to prove that if a line is parallel to a side of triangle, then that line divides the remaining two sides. This line L is parallel to the side QR. Now remaining two sides are PQ and PR. We have to prove that this line L divides PQ and PR proportionally, that is PM upon MQ is equals to PN upon NR. That we have to prove. Now here we have 5 steps, out of which the first step is we have to draw a diagram, and we drawn it. Then the second step is we have to write the given information, whatever the given information is there, that we have to write. Then we have to write the third step, that is to prove exactly what we have to prove. We have to write there into the third step. The fourth step is construction. That is not compulsion. That is not, the fourth step is not compulsory. If it is necessary, we have to make the construction there. And the last and fifth step, that we have to write the proof. We have to prove that whatever we have to prove, that we have to prove there into the last step, which is called as proof. Now here first step is gets completed. We draw the diagram there. Now we have to write the given information. We have to write the given information. What is the given information? In triangle PQR, this line L is parallel to side QR. Line L parallel side QR. That is the given information. Now what we have to prove? What we have to prove? Now see the statement of the theorem, that is very important. We have to read the theorem, the statement of the theorem, from which we get the given information and we get what we have to prove. Here the statement is if a line is parallel to a side of the triangle, that is given information. The statement after if, whatever the statement after if, that is called as given information, or it is also called as antecedent. It is also called as antecedent. The statement followed by if, that is called as antecedent, which is also known as given information. And here it is given that this line is parallel to a side of the triangle, that is line L is parallel to the side QR, that is given information. And now what we have to prove? Then that line divides the remaining two sides proportionally. The statement followed by then, that is called as to prove, or you can say it as consequent. This is antecedent, which is also called as given information, and this is consequent, which is also called as to prove. And all this part we studied into the 9th standard also. There are two types of proofs. First one is direct proof and second one is indirect proof. While solving a theorem, we have to use 5 steps, out of which the first one is diagram, which we plot here. Second one is we have to write the given information there. Third step, we have to write what we have to prove. Fourth step, construction. That is not compulsory. If it is necessary, then we have to make construction. And last step is proof. Now here we have to write what we have to prove. We have to prove that this parallel line divides the remaining two sides proportionally, that is Pm upon Mq is equal to Pn upon Nr. Proportionality means equality of the ratio. We have to prove that the ratio of these two segments or these two intercepts, that is Pm upon Mq, is equal to ratio of these two intercepts, that is Pn upon Nr. So we have to prove that Pm upon Mq is equals to Pn upon Nr. That we have to prove. That is what we have to prove. Then the construction. Fourth step is construction, and here we have to make the construction. Now what construction we have to make here? Construction. We have to join these points. This point M to R and this point N to Q, means we have to draw two segments, that is MR and QN. We have to make the construction that we have to draw the two segments. The first one is MR and the second one is QN. You can represent it as, because we construct it, that is not the given part of diagram, we construct these two segments. So you can plot the dotted lines there, since we can easily get that we construct it, that is not the given information. We draw these two segments RM and QN, and we have to draw these two segments. If you do not draw these two segments, then we are unable to prove this part. And if you have to prove that part, then we have to make the construction there. So what construction we made here? We draw two segments, that is MR and QN. So here you can write seg QN and seg MR drawn. We draw two segments, that is seg QN and seg MR. We draw the two segments, that is the construction. And now last step we have to use, that is the important step, where we have to write the proof. And here we will write the proof. Is last step, proof. Now how to prove that Pm upon Qm is equal to Pn upon Rn? Generally here we have given from where we have to begin. From here we have to begin and here we have to reach. कुठून निघायचं आहे आणि कुठं पोहोचायचं आहे, दोन्हीही भाग आपल्याकडे अवेलेबल आहेत. आता जस्ट कुठल्या मार्गे आपण तिथं जायचं हा आपला वैयक्तिक प्रश्न आहे. वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीने आपण ते प्रूफ त्या ठिकाणी ऑब्टेन करू शकतो, मिळवू शकतो. सो हाऊ टू गेट दिस प्रूफ, हाऊ टू प्रूव्ह दॅट Pm upon Mq is equal to Pn upon Nr. Now in this lesson till just we studied the four properties of the ratios of the areas of two triangles. In this lesson, before practice set 1.1, we studied the four properties which are related with the ratio of the areas of the two triangles. And here we have to use the same properties to prove that Pm upon Qm is equal to Pn upon Rn. Now how to use that properties? See the first ratio, the proof. What we have to prove? See the LHS of the proof, that is Pm upon Qm. Now see this Pm and this is Qm. These are the two parts of the segment PQ. So here we have to get the two triangles. Here we have to select the two triangles such that the base of the one triangle is PM and the base of the another triangle is QM. Only we have to select the two triangles such that the base of the first triangle is PM and the base of the another triangle is QM. And we know that when we get the ratio of the areas of two triangles is equal to the ratio of their corresponding bases. When we get the ratio of the bases, if and only if the two triangles having equal height, that is very important thing. If two triangles are having equal height, then the ratio of the areas of those two triangles is equal to the ratio of the corresponding bases. And here we have the ratio of the bases, that is PM upon QM. So we have to fix two triangles such that their bases are PM and QM and also their height is common. So we will select the two triangles. See, the first triangle is, that is triangle PMN. Only I will erase this part. You will get better information there, or you can easily get the information what we have to write here. Only I erase this part to get the two triangles. See, the first triangle PMN, the base of that triangle is PM, and the second triangle is QMN. Second triangle is QMN, this triangle. Now both the triangles are on the same segment, or the bases of both the triangles are on the same segment or on the same line, and they have a common point, that is N. See, this is the common point of both the triangles N. Now suppose if we draw, this is not necessary to draw there, we select the two triangles. First one is triangle PMN and second triangle is QMN. So here you can write in triangle PMN and triangle QMN. In triangle PMN and triangle QMN. Now here the bases of both the triangles are on the same line and they have a common point, that is N. Now suppose we draw the perpendicular here. There is no need to draw the perpendicular. तुम्ही perpendicular काढण्याची आवश्यकता नाही आहे. फक्त हे तुमच्या लक्षात येण्यासाठी की हाऊ द हाइट्स ऑफ बोथ द ट्रायंगल्स आर इक्वल, और हाऊ द हाइट ऑफ बोथ द ट्रायंगल इज कॉमन, हे तुमच्या लक्षात येण्यासाठी की ट्रायंगल PMN आणि ट्रायंगल QMN यांची हाईट कॉमन आहे. कशावरून हे तुमच्या लक्षात येण्यासाठी फक्त मी हा पार्ट इथे ड्रॉ करतोय. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी टू ड्रॉ देअर. फक्त तुम्हाला ते समजावं या उद्देशाने तो सेगमेंट आपण ड्रॉ केलेला आहे. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी टू ड्रॉ दॅट सेगमेंट. नाउ सी, इफ वी थिंक अबाउट द ट्रायंगल PMN, then see this triangle PMN, if we consider that PM is base, then from the opposite vertex the perpendicular drawn on the base, that is called as height. See this triangle PMN, in this triangle PM is base. Since this NT is the height of that triangle PMN. Now look at this triangle QMN. If we consider that QM is base, then from the opposite vertex the perpendicular is drawn on the base, and that is the same segment NT. So this seg TN is the height of triangle QMN, and this is this height of triangle PMN also. Since both the triangles are having common height, हा जो ट्रायंगल PMN आहे त्यामध्ये जर तुम्ही PM ला बेस म्हटलं तर हाईट कोण आहे? TN. आता ते काढण्याची आवश्यकता नव्हती, पण तुम्हाला ते समजावं म्हणून मी ती हाईट काढून दाखवलेली आहे. हाईट कोणाला म्हणतात? अपोजिट व्हर्टेक्समधून बेसवरती काढलेला परपेंडिक्युलर. दिस इज अपोजिट व्हर्टेक्स, दिस इज बेस, अँड फ्रॉम दिस अपोजिट व्हर्टेक्स द परपेंडिक्युलर इज ड्रॉन ऑन द बेस, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज हाईट. And here in this triangle QMN is base. From the opposite vertex the perpendicular is drawn on the QM, and that is same segment TN. So both the triangles are having equal height, or you can say it as same height, or you can say it as common height. Both the triangles are having common height. Now here you can write in triangle PMN and triangle QMN. If both the triangles are having same height, if both the triangles are having equal height, then we know that the ratio of the areas of those two triangles is equal to the ratio of their bases. So here you can write by using property of the ratio of the areas of two triangles having equal heights. By using property of the ratios of the area, by using property of the ratio of the areas of two triangles, having common height, we know that when the heights of both the triangles are common, at that time the ratio of the areas of those two triangles is equal to the ratio of their bases. So you can write the equation here: area of triangle PMN, upon area of triangle QMN, is equal to the, now both the triangles are having equal height, so you have to write the ratio of their bases. We have to write the ratio of their bases here. So base of the triangle PMN is PM and base of the triangle QMN is QM. So here we can write this is PM upon QM. You can represent this equation as equation 1. This is the first equation, and here we get PM upon QM. Now how we will get PN upon RN? You have to think the same like this. Here how we get PM upon QM? Similarly we can get PN upon NR. So here we have to think about again two triangles, such that their bases, the base of the first triangle should be PN and base of the another triangle should be NR. Now we will erase this part and we will think about these two sides, is PN and NR. Now this is the first triangle PMN and this is the second triangle RMN. This is triangle PMN and triangle RMN. Now both the triangles, see the base of the first triangle PMN is PN and base of the second triangle, that is RN. Now here both the bases are on the same line and they have a common vertex. Now if we draw a perpendicular from this point, on the base and we represent it as K, then KM is the height of triangle PMN also and KM is the height of triangle RMN also. Since the height of both the triangle is same, again we can use this property by using property of the ratio of the areas of two triangles having equal heights, or you can say common height. We can write area of triangle PMN upon area of triangle RMN is equal to PN upon NR. Since we have to think about these two triangles, we will write the names of the triangles first. The name of the first triangle is PMN. Only I erase this part, since you will get the two triangles separately and you can easily write the statement there. Now here we select two triangles, that is PMN and RMN. So we will write the names of the triangles here. It's in triangle PMN and triangle RMN. Now again the heights of both the triangles are same. Since their bases are on the same line and height is common, since we can say that the ratio of the areas of those two triangles is equal to the ratio of their corresponding bases. So here we can use the property. By using property of the ratio by using property of the ratio of the areas of two triangles having equal heights or you can say having common heights. You can use any word, either equal or common. And now see the ratio of the areas of these two triangles, that is area of triangle PMN upon area of triangle RMN. This is area of triangle RMN is equals to ratio of their corresponding bases. Base of the triangle PMN is PN upon base of the triangle RMN is RN, or you can represent it as NR. And this is equation 2. This is second equation. Now here we have to prove that PM upon QM is equal to PN upon NR. We get these two values. We get the ratio PM upon QM. We get the ratio PN upon NR. But now how we can prove that both these ratios are equal? First ratio is RHS of the first equation and second ratio is the RHS of second equation. If their LHS are equal, if the first and second both the equations have LHS equal, then we are able to say that their RHS are also equal. But if their LHS are equal, if the LHS of first equation and LHS of the second equation both are equal, then we are able to say that their RHS are also equal. Since the LHS are equal, you can say that RHS are also equal. But here observe the LHS of both the equations. The LHS of the first equation, area of triangle PMN upon area of triangle QMN. The LHS of second equation, area of triangle PMN upon area of triangle RMN. Now both are having same numerator. In the first equation, in the numerator we have area of triangle PMN. In the second equation, in the numerator we have area of triangle PMN. But their denominators are not equal. आता ते दिसायला जरी इक्वल नसले तरी न्यूमेरिकली ते इक्वल आहेत. सध्या दिसायला नावं जरी तुम्हाला डिफरंट दिसत असतील QMN आणि RMN, तरीही त्यांचे एरियाज इक्वल आहेत हे आपण प्रूव्ह करू शकतो. आणि जर हे आपण प्रूव्ह करू शकलो, इफ वी आर एबल टू प्रूव्ह दॅट एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल QMN अँड एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल RMN आर इक्वल, then we can say that from equation 1 and 2 PM upon QM is equal to PN upon RN. You can easily prove that PM upon QM, but before proving that, we have to prove that the area of this triangle QMN and area of this triangle RMN are equal. And now see both the triangles here in the diagram. Observe both the triangles in the diagram. This is triangle QMN and triangle RMN. See both the triangles having MN as common side, or you can say it as common base. This is common base of both the triangle QMN and RMN. MN is the common side between two sides, that is QMN and RMN. See, this is the base of both the triangle and it is equal. ट्रायंगल QMN त्याचा बेस पण MN आहे आणि ट्रायंगल RMN त्याचाही बेस MNच आहे. दोघांचा बेस इक्वल आहे. बोथ द ट्रायंगल्स आर हॅव्हिंग इक्वल बेस and we can say that their heights are also equal. You can say how their heights are equal, since both the triangles are included between these two parallel lines. See, if we draw the height of this triangle QMN, then we have to plot the perpendicular from this point Q to the base. This is the height of the triangle QMN. And now for the triangle RMN from the point R we have to plot the perpendicular here, and both these heights are equal. Since these two lines are parallel, the perpendicular distances between two parallel lines are equal. हा सेगमेंट QMN या ट्रायंगलची हाईट आहे, हा सेगमेंट RMN या ट्रायंगलची हाईट आहे. एक तर त्या दोघांचा बेस कॉमन आहे, दॅट इज MN, आणि दोघांच्या हाईट पण इक्वल आहेत. Both the triangles are having equal height and equal base, common height and common base, since their areas are equal. Triangle QMN and triangle RMN are having both the base and height common. It is not necessary to plot these segments, just your kind of information. फक्त तुम्हाला ते इझिली अंडरस्टँड व्हावं की हाऊ दिअर हाईट्स आर इक्वल. त्यासाठी त्या हाईट्स मी ड्रॉ करून दाखवल्यात. एक्झॅक्टली तुम्हाला त्या हाईट्स ड्रॉ करण्याची आवश्यकता नाही आहे. मीन्स बोथ दिस ट्रायंगल QMN अँड RMN आर हॅव्हिंग इक्वल हाईट अँड इक्वल बेस. अँड वी नो द थर्ड कंडिशन, इफ द हाईट्स अँड बेसेस बोथ आर इक्वल, the areas of the triangles are also equal. It means that LHS of equation 1 and LHS of equation 2 both are equal. But here we have to write that part. We can write MEN is the base of the triangle QMN and RMN. In triangle QMN and RMN. In triangle QMN and triangle RMN, MEN is the common base. MEN is the base of, is the common base. MEN is the common base of both triangles. MEN is the common base of both the triangles, and their heights are also equal. Since both these triangles are included between the two parallel lines and their base is present on the parallel line. Since their heights are equal, both the triangles are included between the parallel lines and the base, common base lies on the parallel line. Since their heights are equal, so here you can write MEN is parallel to QR. This is line N. Line L you can say is parallel to side QR. Therefore, their heights are also equal. Their heights are also equal. Why their heights are also equal? That is important thing. So we write that reason here. Since line L is parallel to side QR, this line L is parallel to this side QR, since their heights are also equal. Now we prove that base is common and heights are also equal, or heights are also common. So both the triangles are having equal area. Here you can write area of triangle QMN is equal to area of triangle RMN is equal to area of triangle RMN. एवढाच एक प्रॉब्लेम होता आपल्याकडं. न्यूमॅरेटर तर ऑलरेडी सेम आहेत. PMN नावाचा ट्रायंगल न्यूमॅरेटरमध्ये आहे दोन्ही इक्वेशनच्या. आता फक्त डिनॉमिनेटर वेगळे आहेत असं आपल्याला दिसत होतं. दिसायला ते वेगळे आहेत. दिसायला दोन्ही वेगळे आहेत. इथं QMN नावाचा ट्रायंगल आहे, इथं RMN नावाचा ट्रायंगल आहे, पण त्या दोघांचे एरियाज इक्वल आहेत हे आपण प्रूव्ह केलं. Both these triangles are having equal areas, that we prove since their heights and bases are common. Since their heights and bases are common, area of triangle QMN is equal to area of triangle RMN. You can represent it as third equation. You can represent, or we can write the property, because here we write property, here also we write property. So here also we can write the property and then we write the equation there. By using property of the ratio of the areas of two triangles having equal height and equal base, having equal heights and bases. Height is also equal and bases are also equal, having equal heights and equal bases. You can write the word equal also here. So we can write here area of triangle QMN is equals to area of triangle RMN. This is third equation. Now this third equation proves that LHS of 1 and 2 are equal. This third equation proves that LHS of the equation 1 and 2 are equal, since their RHS are also equal. So here you can write from equation 1, 2 and 3, from equation 1, 2 and 3, from equation 1, 2 and 3, since PM upon QM is equal to PN upon NR. PM upon QM is equals to PN upon NR. So here we prove that if a line is parallel to a side of the triangle, then that line divides the remaining two sides proportionally. And how we prove it is too easy. In the 3 steps only we prove. In the first step, we take this ratio. We have to get this ratio. Actually we have to prove this. आपल्याला हे सिद्ध करायचं, पण आपण त्याचाच आधार घेतला. जे प्रूव्ह करायला सांगितले त्याचाच आधार घेतला आपण, आणि फर्स्ट इक्वेशन आपण PM अपॉन QM ते कसं मिळवायचं आहे. PM हा एका ट्रायंगलचा बेस आहे, QM हा दुसऱ्या ट्रायंगलचा बेस आहे. असे 2 ट्रायंगल कन्सिडर करायचे की त्यांचे बेसेस PM आणि QM असले पाहिजेत, आणि शिवाय त्यांची हाईट कॉमन असली पाहिजे. मग आपण हे 2 ट्रायंगल सिलेक्ट केले आणि साधारण त्या 2 ट्रायंगलच्या एरियाचा रेशो बेसेसच्या रेशो इतका आहे हे प्रूव्ह केलं. सिमिलरली वी डिटरमाइन 2 triangles here on the base PN and on the base NR. And again using the same property we write the ratio of the areas of those 2 triangles is equal to ratio of their bases. But here also we have minor problem. Their numerators are equal, but the denominators are not equal, and we prove that their denominators are also equal. That is area of triangle QMN and area of triangle RMN are equal. That we prove. How we prove that? We prove that their base is common, that is MN, and their heights are also equal, since both the triangles are included in the 2 parallel lines. Their heights are also equal, and so their areas are equal. And from equation 1, 2 and 3, actually third equation proves that LHS of first and second are equal, and if the LHS are equal, then the RHS are also equal. So we write PM upon QM is equal to PN upon RN. So this is all about the basic proportionality theorem, which is also called as Thales theorem. Now we have to study the converse of basic proportionality theorem next. Proportionality theorem. Actually we are not going to prove that converse, but we know the meaning of converse. In the theorem, whatever the given information and whatever the part which we have to prove, both are going to interchange into the converse. थेरममध्ये जे अँटीसिडेंट आणि कन्सिक्वेंट असतात, थेरममध्ये जे अँटीसिडेंट आणि कन्सिक्वेंट असतात ते इंटरचेंज होतात, आणि त्याच स्टेटमेंटला मग आपण कॉन्व्हर्स असं म्हणतो. प्रिव्हियसली वी स्टडीड दी बेसिक प्रपोर्शनॅलिटी थिअरम हिअर. What is that theorem? Basic proportionality theorem. In a triangle, if a line is parallel to a side of the triangle, then that line divides the remaining 2 sides proportionally. That is the theorem, basic proportionality theorem, or you can say it as Thales theorem. And now here we have to study the converse of Thales theorem or converse of basic proportionality theorem. Now here antecedent and consequent, that is given information and to prove, are going to interchange. whatever the given information in the theorem, that is given information into the converse, and whatever we have to prove in the theorem, that is the given information into the converse. So here we have the converse of basic proportionality theorem. So what is the statement of converse that we have to write first? The statement of the converse: if a line divides the two sides of the triangle proportionally, if a line divides the two sides of the triangle proportionally, then that line is parallel to the third side. That is the statement of the converse of basic proportionality theorem, or you can say it as converse of Thales theorem. If a line divides the two sides of the triangle proportionally, then that line is parallel to the third side. So here the given information is, we will draw the diagram here. Here it is given that this line L divides these two triangles. See, these two sides, that is AB and AC of the triangle ABC, proportionally. We will represent it as P and it as Q. It is given that this line L divides AB and AC proportionally, means the given information is AP upon PB, it is equal to AQ upon CQ. That is given information. This line L divides the two sides AB and AC proportionally, that is given information. Then we have to prove that this line is parallel to the third side, or you can say it as remaining side. It is given that if AP upon PB, if AP upon PB is equals to AQ upon CQ, that is given information. Here we write if, means this is the given information. Then line L is parallel to side BC. Then line L is parallel to side BC. We are not going to write the proof of this converse, and if you want to write this proof, we have to use the indirect method of writing the proof. But here it is not necessary to study the proof of this theorem. It is also not given into the textbook. We can prove this, but we do not have that much time to prove this. So here we will discuss about the converse. What is exactly converse? See, if a line divides remaining two sides, or divides two sides of the triangle proportionally, if a line divides the two sides of triangle proportionally, that is AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon CQ, then this line is parallel to the remaining side, or you can say it as third side. जर AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon CQ असं असेल, म्हणजेच थोडक्यात ही जी लाईन आहे ही दोन साइड्सला ट्रायंगलच्या प्रोपोर्शनली डिवाइड करत असेल, तर डेफिनेटली ती लाईन थर्ड साइडला पॅरलल असते. म्हणजे व्हेनेवर वी हॅव टू प्रूव्ह दॅट अ लाईन इज पॅरलल टू अ साइड ऑफ ट्रायंगल, ॲट दॅट टाइम वी हॅव टू प्रूव्ह दॅट लाईन डिवाइड्स द टू साइड्स proportionally. Then we are able to say that this line is parallel to third side. So this is all about the converse. This is all about the converse of the basic proportionality theorem. Whatever the theorem is given, whatever the part in the theorem, I see the antecedent and consequent. If both gets interchanged, then that statement is known as converse. And here what we prove in the basic proportionality theorem, that is the given information here. And what is the given information there in the basic proportionality theorem, that we have to prove here. This antecedent and consequence gets interchanged, so it is called as converse of basic proportionality theorem. एक्झॅक्ट अपोजिट असतो, जो थेरम आहे त्याच्या अपोजिट कॉन्व्हर्सचं स्टेटमेंट असतं. थेरममध्ये असं सांगितलं होतं की ही लाईन या थर्ड साईडला पॅरलल असेल तर या दोन साईड्सला ती प्रपोर्शनली डिवाईड करते. आणि आता कॉन्व्हर्समध्ये असं सांगितलं की जर ही लाईन या दोन साईड्सला प्रपोर्शनली डिवाईड करत असेल तर मग आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की ही लाईन या थर्ड साईडला पॅरलल असली पाहिजे. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दी कॉन्व्हर्स ऑफ बेसिक प्रपोर्शनॅलिटी theorem. And next we have to study the angle bisector property.